Hi, my name is Anahit. Welcome back to my channel, EnglishAnahit. One of the biggest problems English learners have is with these three English words: let, permit, and allow. They don't know their difference. They don't know what structures they need to use these three English words in. That's why I have decided to explain all important points about these words through some useful English sentences. So I would be grateful if you could watch it to the end. Thank you. First of all, what are these English words? All of them are verbs. What's the meaning? They all have the same meaning. Give permission to someone to do something or to have something. What is the first difference? Permit is more formal than allow, and allow is more formal than let. Examples: the rules don't permit much flexibility. No journalists are permitted into the meeting. Parents don't usually allow their kids to watch scary movies. Young adults are sometimes allowed to go to parties with their friends. Mom didn't let me go out. David didn't let his son drive his car. Now let's talk about their structure. Here, permit and allowed are the same in structure, but they are different from let. So let's start with permit and allow, as they have the same structure. What is that structure? Let's learn. At first, you need a subject who is the one who is going to give us permission. After subject, you need to use allow and permit. You know, this format is an active form. After permit and allow, you need to use an object. What kind of object? It must be a direct object. You know, objects can be a noun, a name, or a pronoun. As a noun, for example, his son, their children, her students. As a name, Mary, Alex, David, and George, for example. But as a pronoun, you have to use one of these object pronouns: me, you, him, her, it, us, them. Up to now, subject, allow, permit, plus a direct object, plus a verb. But what form of verb do I need here? Can I use a gerund? Verb plus ing? No. Can I use the base form of that verb? No to, no ing, no ed, no s? No. So what form of verb must be used here? Infinitive. To plus base form of that verb. The structure is here: subject plus allow or permit plus a direct object plus to plus base form of the verb. Now listen to some useful examples. The rules permit all employees to use the provided facilities in the offices they work in. The president didn't permit anybody to take pictures of him. Parents don't usually allow their kids to stay up. Teachers never allow students to cheat on their exams. Now it's time to talk about let. As I mentioned earlier, the meaning is similar to permit and allow. So what is the difference? The difference is in its structure. Let's learn. First of all, you need a subject. Subject plus let. Then you need an object, direct object, noun, name, or an object pronoun. And after that, you need a verb. So, what form of verb is needed here? A gerund? No. An infinitive? No. You need the base form of that verb here. So, the structure: subject plus let plus an object plus base form of a verb. Listen to some examples. My mom didn't let me go out. He has never let his son play video games. She didn't let Lisa wear her new shoes. It hasn't finished yet because there is another important difference between these English words. What is that? We can see this difference in their passive form. How? First, let. The point is that actually let is not usually used in passive forms. If you have this active sentence, the teacher didn't let Max go out. Now you want to change it to passive form. It is not common to say Max was not let go out. Whenever you are going to make a passive form, permit and allow are better options. You have an active sentence: subject plus permit, allow plus an object plus to plus base form of the verb. Passive form, object comes here. To be verb, it can change depending on the tense, am, is, or, was, were. Then you have to use the past participle form of allow and permit. I mean allowed, permitted. Then you use to and the base form of the verb. So, what is the difference between to be permitted and to be allowed? In fact, to be permitted is often used for people are permitted to enter the museum on holidays. Everybody is allowed to use the facilities. Pets are not allowed in this apartment.